Hello, everyone. Welcome to our latest White Pod. I'm Stephen Blaine, your host with White Labs, an e-commerce internet marketing agency. Today's guest is Bruce. Bruce, feel free to introduce yourself and let our viewers know a little bit about yourself and your background.
Sure. Thanks for allowing me to be on the show. Yes, my name is Bruce Wesley, Wesley Shoes here in Chicago in the Hyde Park Shopping Center. We are the oldest ongoing independent black shoe store in the country. We've been in business now 54 years, since 1960 when my dad started it. And we've now been nationally recognized for our service and the quality of shoes that we carry. And we are online in 50 states. It's a real experience coming into our store.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What inspired you to go e-commerce?
Well, we've always had e-commerce. We did it when it first came out. We had a website. We get a sale every once a month or twice a month, and we get all happy, and we had it there. But then along came, right before COVID, it started really kicking in more. And then when COVID hit, it just started ding all day long. And then so we upgraded our website to make it as an experience like shopping in the stores. So our website has, like we say, we're in 50 states, and it's been growing astronomically, and people are discovering us every day. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me more about your shoes. Tell me more about your products and your shoes.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll get down to the shoes. Yeah. So what we're known for is comfortable shoes.
Okay.
We import shoes from all over the world. You're not going to find, Nike Air Jordans and stuff like that here. That's not what we do. We're more into performance type shoes, comfortable shoes. Nothing against Nike Air Jordans. They're great shoes, but we try to distinguish ourselves a little different. We don't want to have shoes that you can go clicking on Amazon and buy. It's in this today's market, you can't make any money that way. And bottom line is we all have to be profitable and everything else.
Of course.
So we try to find brand names that are not as, heavily distributed like that. And just you can go to the grocery store and buy them, so you're not going to find Skechers and stuff like that. So we try to so for instance, one of our top lines, a lot of people have heard of, I brought a few pair here, is our Hoka line. Hoka.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard of Hoka.
Yeah, Hoka is a line that's been growing really well. They make great shoes. They look kind of strange, but when you put them on your feet, they're incredibly comfortable and lightweight, and they come in all kinds of colors. We have them for both men and women, and it's just kind of shoes that you just want to live in. Once you try them on, they're so lightweight and comfortable, and people just love the feel of them. So what we do a little differently here is when a customer walks in the door, the first thing we do is we scan their feet. We measure their feet using a technology system that scans the foot, shows us the pressure points, the arch height, their pronation, shows us if you had a mosquito bite on your foot, it'll show us that. It's very detailed. And what it does is it allows our experienced staff, to really zoom in onto what their problems are. And sometimes it even recommends orthotics for them, which we have on hand. We have an array of orthotics that we insert inside the shoe to give it even more support. So then from there, after we've gotten a good idea of their size and everything, then we bring out the right shoes for them. We usually have them have a seat. While they're sitting down, they can get their feet massaged, and we have little massage machines that massage their feet and the tendons. Then we help them try the shoes on, which is a rare thing nowadays.
Yeah,
it's like going to the gas station getting your gas pumped in the car. So we help them try the shoes on, and then we let them test them. They can test them on the treadmill. We have treadmills in the store where they can actually test them and see how they feel. They have hardwood floors to walk around and check them out and see what they feel like in real world. So it's an entire experience coming into our store.
It's much different than I can ever imagine.
Yeah, it's not like your big box stores where you just come in and you grab them off the rack and you help yourself and so forth. It's not a self-service type deal. And we really try to give you the full experience in a sit and fit store. That's what we are. We're sitting.
So I see who do you feel is your best target audience?
People who just want comfortable shoes. Now, what we do some fashion too, but we try to do the comfort and fashion, put it together with the orthotics, and you can really have the best of both worlds. You can have cute and comfortable. Now, we're not going to have stilettos and clubbing shoes, but we're going to have some really cute shoes and stuff that you're going to really like. So for men and women. So we're known for that. We've been doing it for over 5 decades.
You've touched on a few things, why you're different than your competitors. What makes anything else that makes you better than your competitors than you've already mentioned?
Well, that's fun. The other thing, we just have really good team of people that are working
Great.
for us. I've got some experienced staff that have been with me for some over 25 years, and they really know the business. It's not like, they're running it like it's their own business. We built our business on relationships. People walk in the door, guys, they'll know them, how the kids, the grandkids, it's like a family. They come in and they come here, they know who we are, they know what we're about, And of course, we've got our new customers too, but it's about building relationships and experiences with different people.
Awesome. I mean, being in, most of our listeners are entrepreneurs, being in business over 50 years. What are some notable challenges you've had and how'd you overcome them?
Oh, gosh, we've had many challenges.
I can imagine.
I'll tell you from day one, it's not been easy. When my dad started it back in it was a different world back then, especially for a Black entrepreneur coming into an area like this in Hyde Park. Hyde Park is a very diversified area, but in terms of the retail and ownership, it was there was very, very few Black businesses. And we were the first Black business to even come into the shopping center where we're at. At the time, it was a different world. So when we were taking over an existing store that was there, that had been there about 5 years, called the Shoe Corral, it was called. Mm-hmm. And it was in a really key spot, like if you went into the center, that's the spot you wanted. So it was a couple of Jewish brothers that owned the place, Harry and Joe Devine. They knew my dad well, and they liked me a lot. I was in college at the University of Illinois, and I did a little thesis paper on them, and they asked me to come to work for them. And I said, oh, sure. I'd already been working in my dad's store, but it was a different world. My dad's original store was in a different area. It was in an area called Roseland here in Chicago.
Yep.
Now called the Hood. Yeah. Back then it wasn't the Hood, though. Back then it was thriving stores everywhere. There were lots of businesses up and down the street, and we had a great location out there. In 1960, my dad opened the first store out there, and we did really well. We built on our business and everything. So come around 1980, we had the opportunity. We've been in business 12 years. We were doing real well. The Jewish brothers, Harry and Joe, they wanted my dad to take over. They had a list of people that wanted that store, but my dad and him had a good relationship, and they wanted to give them an opportunity to buy the store from them. And of course, we jumped at it, and then we had already, like I said, I was working for them, and they were kind of grooming me for it, And so it was a great experience because I had never sold shoes. I mean, honestly, and in the Roseland and the Hood area, it was 95% Black audience. But in Hyde Park, it was like, oh man, you had Asians, you had Black, you had white, you had everything because of the University of Chicago and different types of shoes that I had never sold before. I mean, so Joe Devine, one of the brothers, took me around to the trade shows. We were one of the first accounts to open up with Birkenstock and all these other different brands. And he showed me the European sizes and everything. And I got a feel for the marketplace. And so I learned the business. As it come around 1982, when I graduated, it was time to make this transition. So the merchants at the time who were here, all the different merchants here, like there was Woolworths, and I can name a whole slew of companies that were here. When they got a hold that these young African Americans from out in the Hood, Roseland, were coming to the shopping center, they were like, whoa, hold on. Stop the music. We need to have a special, they held an emergency meeting with all the merchants at the time. They called an emergency meeting with one goal, just to block us from getting that lease. And at the time, so the Devine brothers insisted that we have the lease. So they did something which is unheard of for a business that's established doing well. They had the Devine brothers sign a personal guarantee for something anyway. They tried their best to block us out the lease. We wound up paying off the Devine brothers in about 2 or 3 years. And my dad didn't want to make too many changes. So because of that, he kept the brothers working. The one brother would come in once a week. The other brother would come in about 3 or 4 days a week, just part-time. So we kind of like fronted, they still own the store, but we actually own the store, and everything stayed the same. We kept a lot of employees, kept the name on the door, merchandise. It was still called Shoe Corral, and we made very, very small little changes. I wanted to come in and say, oh, let's call it Wesley Shoes. He was like, no, we're going to keep it just like it is. They broke it, don't fix it. So anyway, and slowly over the years, I started making little incremental changes, And of course, we got over that hump, and all those stores that were trying to block us are gone now, and we're still here, ironically, and they gave us a hard time, so that was then. Now today's market, what's hard for us, we got to compete against the Amazons of the world, and
Yeah.
all the, eBays and all that stuff. But again, we do it by having distinguished merchandise that they just can't find. We shop all over the world to find the good product and stuff that's just not everywhere.
Awesome. Speaking of your products and shoes, what are your best selling shoes?
So another brand that we carry here that does really well is this On Running. We call it Run on the Clouds. They're really
Okay.
lightweight, comfortable. This particular one, you just slip it on, you don't have to tie it. This
Wow.
particular one is waterproof too. And it comes in lots of colors. People love the shoes because they're so comfortable. We have them for both men and women. This is one of our top brands online and in the store. Once you get them on your feet, I got a pair on myself today. Once you get them on your feet, you just don't want to take them off. They're just incredibly comfortable. They make a lot of different models and different styles.
Awesome.
Some people
They look good.
Yeah, some people call it OC, but it's actually on the clouds. It's like a QC. It's the Europeans made a Swiss slide.
Gotcha. Okay.
Another good seller, of course, is our New Balance, which we been around forever, but they make great classic shoes that never go out of style. Very comfortable. We carry them both for men and women. And what I like about New Balance, they come in widths. Very few shoes that come in widths. People have wider feet,
Yep.
that makes a major difference. Another line I mentioned briefly, that's we have a corner allocated for Birkenstocks. Men and women, we carry a lot of their shoes, classic styles like the Boston here with the soft footbed. These are shoes you can stand in all day comfortably. Lots of different colors, men and women. We've been carrying the same shoe for the last 3 decades.
Wow.
All they do is change the colors, improve it slightly here and there. And so
That's great.
those are some of the lines. Oh, one last one. We do carry dressier stuff like Echo makes a great shoe here. This is lightweight, comfortable. I like about these, you can kind of dress them up or down, and they have really a comfortable feel to them, So we have, of course, women's shoes too, which are, heels and different things. And you'd be surprised the different items you'll find in our store.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you ever do golf shoes?
Yeah, we do one golf shoe from Echo. It's a really nice golf shoe. We like it because it can actually, the way it's designed, you can actually wear it as a street shoe or a golf shoe.
Awesome.
And we have it for both men and women. It's a really nice shoe, yeah.
What are some activities that you're doing to promote the brand and the business?
Well, we're always having different promotions going on, and we throughout the year we keep our customers updated through our email blast and things. One thing we do year round that's unique, we have what's called a walking club that meets at the Museum of Science and Industry Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the mornings, like 8 to 9 every morning, and they meet on the weekends on Sundays from 7 to 9. And it's free to get in. You walk inside the museum, which is an awesome place, yeah. And during the cold
You're
weather,
very close to the museum, right? Your location?
yeah, literally, you could walk to the museum from here. We're a few
Okay,
blocks away. Yeah, so it's a great area to walk inside. You get a good feel for your shoes, and it's just a nice little environment. That museum is just historic. It's really a vintage building that gives you a nice experience. So we meet there. It's free to get in. You join. We send you a pass so you can actually park your car in there free, and you have a couple hours to get in there and just enjoy walking. Yeah.
That's great. Are you doing any like SEO to your website? Any paid marketing you're doing online?
Yeah, web designer Ashley Rice. She's awesome at doing creative things that kind of pull us get people in the store. Right now, we're really just working with the Google platform to try to get on the first page so that people can come in and see the product we have. And it's hard to do with all these, the big companies, there's Apples, there's the Amazons, and all that. We try what we can to do to get in there to get them the right data to keep us afloat there.
Awesome. That's very important.
Yeah.
So, Bruce, what's your future plan here with your brand?
Well, we want to continue to grow it. We want to keep growing our business online and get people to get in the store. I'm trying to get family involved, more, unfortunately my son passed, but trying to get my daughter involved and keep it in the business, keep the family for the next generation going, and just trying to grow the business in the right way and get people. A lot of people don't even know we're here. We've been here for over 50 years. People don't know who we are. So, but there's learning every day. We were nominated as the #1 independent shoe retailer in the country, in Illinois for several years. And we were last year we were nominated as #2 in the country in the USA. And that's through the industry trade.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about you yourself, about your about Wesley shoes? Anything else?
No, we just really thank people for shopping with us, and we look forward to them coming in the store, and we're going to help them find the right shoes and walk out with a smile on their face and comfortable shoes. It's an experience, like I said, that you'll never forget. And, I think if you try us, give us a shot. We got a lot of people that used to shop at Nordstrom's to come visit us first.
Awesome.
We're right here in the neighborhood. We like people to shop in the neighborhood because we invest back into the neighborhood. We have people that work with us who live in the neighborhood, and we work with the banks in the neighborhood, and everything recirculates right here.
Awesome. Bruce, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you inviting us in, and have a great day.